Let's begin the debate tonight. NC Saxena is member of the National Advisory Council. Thank you very much. Arif Mohammad Khan is a former union minister. Strongly has been supporting Anna Hazare through this. Jayant Chaudhary is the young and very well-spoken member of parliament of the RLD from Uttar Pradesh, the state where Rahul Gandhi's next political arena will be. Will Jayant be with Rahul or against Rahul? They don't decide on alliances yet. Madhut Rehan has been spiritedly supporting Anna Hazare through all of this. My first question is to Kavita Khanna, who joins me. She's a barrister by trade. No, you don't. Okay. Madhu, you can have your own opinion. I'm coming to you, and please feel free to disagree when I come to you. My first question is to Kavita Khanna, who's a barrister by training, but she's speaking out both as a citizen, as a legally trained person. Kavita, tell me, simple question to you, this whole business of a constitutional body, is it extremely new and original in terms of just the idea?
Arnav, I was absolutely aghast when I got up in the morning and, wanted to see what was going to happen in Parliament after all the commitments that had been made by the Prime Minister, no one less than the Prime Minister, on the floor of the House. And then to, hear the Parliamentary Affairs Minister say that nobody has bothered to table any bills. I mean, is this government coordinated? Are they not coordinated? Is it not his responsibility to see that the bills were there? And then, it's almost like Rahul Gandhi's speech has put a complete break on what was going on and taken it off on a completely different tangent. He comes out and says it's a game changer. I think it really is a game changer in the sense that, if you're playing a game of, let's say, tennis, and you're in the final points, and somebody comes and says, no, now let's go and play badminton. I really think that's what it is. I don't think it's an original idea at all. I heard it and saw it on Times Now, where Shishi Ravi Shankar said that, and T.N. Seshan himself said that he's given an identical draft, a bill ready to go. Yes, that, it's ready to go into Parliament. They can debate it tomorrow. They can adopt the bill tomorrow. And I did a little bit of research on it, Arnav, and you can see this. I don't think the viewers can. But this has been on a website since the 22nd of August. This idea that it should be an independent body, the Lok Sabha should be independent, and it should be a constitutional body. Now,
is it Seshan's idea or Rahul's idea that you speak of?
Well, it was certainly put out in the public domain before Rahul Gandhi put it.
By whom?
By T.N. Seshan. It's on a website. I also have something here which I've pulled out from the Indian Express of 2003, where it says exactly the same thing. I'm reading this. This is in the context of Satyendra Dubey's murder, which happened. That along with it, make the CVC an independent constitutional body like the Election Commission. Vigilance wings of all central and state ministries and departments and PSU should be brought under it, along with the CBI as well. I don't want to read the whole thing out.
I get your point.
So this idea has been out
hibernating for some time.
From 2003. And, in the meantime, Arnav, here's a man, a true nationalist, who is 74 years old, who's starving to death because he's standing for his principles. I think we need to remember that he's someone who's been in the army. He's put his life on the line for the nation. He has a scar which he says he got from a Pakistani bullet. This is a man who has before been willing to give his life for the nation, and I think will do it now. And what are politicians doing? They're doing what they do best, is they're just obfuscating everything with ridiculous smoke screens.
They say, Mr. Arif Mohammad Khan, let me come to you next. Rahul Gandhi says, let us try and achieve this higher goal of making it a body like the chief, like the Election Commission of India. If it takes time, so be it. Democracy, things take time. Do you think the mood of the nation is to look at that? Or do you think the mood of the nation is to look at the proposals Anna Hazare wants discussed and passed in Parliament?
I'm not hearing you, Arnab.
Mr. Khan, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear now.
Is the mood of the nation to look at the issues Anna Hazare has raised, or is the mood of the nation to look at the higher goal that Rahul Gandhi has placed?
I think what has been stated in Parliament is about a constitutional body. Here the question arises that why the government had not taken the views of Mr. Rahul Gandhi and other young members of Congress into consideration. Why did they introduce a bill to simply enact a parliamentary legislation. If there is a new thinking in the ruling party, then let the government make an announcement, seek some more time, but at the same time, I would like to make this point that all those people, because you are talking of the mood in the country is in support of Anna Hazare. Now all those who are in support of Anna Hazare must make an appeal to him, and we must emphasize that the ultimate arbiter of the destiny of this nation, this country, is not a government dressed with brief authority. It is the people of India. He should not stake his life. He should end his fast, and he should go to the people of India. The government or the political establishment has been thoroughly exposed. The government is not the final authority in a democracy.
No, but he's being a tactful negotiator, Mr. Khan. I'm just playing devil's advocate. You see, social activists very often, Ms. Madhur Trehan, let me ask you, Ms. Trehan. Social activists, they rabble-rouse, they gather the crowds, they get the people involved. And then when it comes to the negotiation stage, the politicians outdo them. This is one person who, not being a politician, is actually doing the last stage negotiation very, very hard. He's driving a hard bargain. Madhu, what do you think?
Well, I think we've one thing good that has come out of this is that it has exposed the politicians for what they are. When Anna and his team were saying that we don't trust them, everyone was saying be reasonable, ask for reasonable things that are doable. And now I see, as Kavita says, and I don't want to repeat the incidents of yesterday when the Prime Minister spoke and then what happened this morning, it is really a good thing. It's terrible things are being exposed, but it's a good thing that it is being exposed, because first of all, the politicians are not going to hand over the power and the power to make money on the side easily. This bill, the Lokpal bill, this is the 11th time since 1968 that it's been put in Parliament. It's never been passed. So although I do not support the method of Anna Hazare of fasting, because I feel that's undemocratic, I'm increasingly moving slowly to he had no choice. Because if this is the way they behave, which they have shown that they will make a promise, backtrack on it, the Prime Minister himself makes a promise, then the President of the Congress Party does something different. As a journalist, I have to question, were they speaking to each other or were they not? Or did Rahul Gandhi allow the Prime Minister to make the speech regardless, knowing that he's going to backtrack the next morning? No, so these are the two choices. It's either this or that. Either they don't speak to each other, or he allowed him to make a fool of himself by making promises that we're going to backtrack this today.
I think that's...
So that it puts Anna in a position where he actually is dealing with a colonial-like power, so he has no choice but to fast. I do want to add that I don't think people are taking his condition too seriously. I have to say that when a person is fasting, it is not necessary that he will sink slowly with warning. Any of his organs, whether it's a heart attack or a stroke, can happen suddenly. And I think that kind of pressure should be on both sides, that it is a man's life at stake.
I think so,
and we have to take that a little more seriously than what we saw today in Parliament, with both parties making excuses.
Therefore, we say tonight, I'm saying it openly, the more the politics, the more the intrigue, the more the meetings, the more we are putting this man's life at risk. And that's so important. Now, question to NC Saxena. You're a member of the National Advisory Council, which advises the government. Now, tell me, Mr. Saxena, aren't politicians known, whenever you face a challenging situation, it's like you ask a politician, can I have a sandwich today? And the politician will say, why do you want to have a sandwich today? I will take you to a 5-star hotel for a banquet 1 week later. And then you sit in anticipation for that banquet. Neither does the sandwich arrive, and you'll probably starve along the way. Isn't that more or less what's going on right now? You know, when you say, let's have a constitution amendment. Constitution amendment, as Kavita said, has been discussed even 7 years back.
Well, Arnab, I think you have raised a very important question. Can't hear him.
Carry on, sir. We can hear you. Go on, Mr. Saxena.
Yes, I think Arnab, you have raised a very important question. That is, we should not just look at what needs to be done in the Lokpal bill.